What's really fascinating about the eclipse that is upon us is how that Mercury goes to 0 point Aries, and it's just on the cusp of Pisces and Aries. And I think Venus is kind of going to do the same thing, and yeah, Neptune is going to about to do the same thing. It's so strange they switch places. See, uh, Mercury hits 0 degrees, and then Aries, and then goes over into Pisces because it's going retrograde by the 30th, and then the next day Neptune switches from Pisces, which this switch hasn't happened for 165 years as far as the switch into Aries at the 0 degrees that the Mercury was in. And so I want to tell you about that particular degree because I'm beginning to feel it now. And first of all, oh yeah, it's just time to go home. It's time to be all you could possibly be, really, which is reality, which is this moment now. It's a very peaceful place, to tell you the truth. It's very Christ-like. Yeah, it's the place of in between. It's a trip. It's like it's Pisces is like in the womb in the saltwater bath or whatever, and then it's about to be reborn into Aries. But see, at 0 degrees, it's it's neither either or. And so it's right in between, and it's very much a place of meditating. Like really, you can really just, if you can, if you're not experiencing turbulence or anything, which I don't see how you can because of the way that Mercury is in Pisces at this eclipse, when it could otherwise be very turbulent time. There's a lot of energy that's processing out, and the fact of the Mercury and Pisces kind of switch over into a more telepathic, more very expanded way of communicating rather than just trying to do the ego stuff. See, I mean, this is it. So then we look at some other things with that I know I haven't mentioned because there's so much going on. But with that, there is in the sky, I think, there's squares happening, I think with Jupiter and Saturn, which restricts us a lot of the spaghetti brain that Gemini can be kind of out there. If Jupiter is there, it's an expanded harebrain kind of a thing that needs to experience like what's happening. See, now I'd like to talk about how that, even though I already talked about how even though the sun went into Aries, we're supposed to be getting a lot of energy with the Mars ruled sun, but it's kind of difficult. Um, a lot of people don't feel any of this, but some super ultra sensitives really, our bodies are connected to the cosmos, and this is the way it is. I mean, I am humanity, babes, and I'm telling you that it's still time to rest, even though with the eclipse has a huge bunch of energy, right? That, well, because it's Aries at 9 degrees, it's just saying, oh, now I see, now I know, let's go. But see, that's even Mars ruled, and it's over there in Cancer still. But the good news is, and it's squaring Chiron. See, that's the main thing, is because it's squaring Chiron, it's more like, you know what, you have to go in still, you have to rest and take care of whatever inner subconscious programming, wounds that are slowing us down from being in the now with even, like, especially people and our new relationships, if we're starting that, or whatever it is that we are trying to move forward with. We have to, right? You've always heard, get rid of the old baggage and stuff. And don't worry, this time is happening now for us, but you have to take time to talk, and get into how uncomfortable it's been feeling. I mean, it's already been feeling that way, so, but we can make these breakthroughs coming up uh, only because of the fact that we do still have Pisces, and then no, there's a breakthrough that's going to happen with Neptune and Aries, which is like the end of deception or something. Because yeah, Neptune and Pisces is bad enough, and Neptune is bad enough, but with it in Aries, it kind of cuts to chase. and it's going to be just new grounds of looking into the deception. And then see, that's just a glimpse, but later on in the year, in October, Neptune goes back into Pisces to give us kind of I imagine it's like a breather, and it's even just like it's a one more chance to look at all of that subconscious programming from even the last 2,000 years, because that's the Christ consciousness. If we're talking about that fish, the Pisces, that's our spirituality, and we're talking about that rebirth. Literally, it's talking about it. So with Mars, that is doing its thing in Cancer, very difficult. The truth is how that it hasn't been able to fully get past Pluto in opposition, but it's going to do one more opposition, but not before the trine with Neptune that's coming up, which is it's a healing time. But I'm alerted to how that the powers that be take advantage of that. It's, we're going to heal quick. We're in the middle of trying to heal. It's kind of a numbing time because we're kind of just technically with that Mars in Cancer and the Piscean influence with Venus hitting. I'm pretty sure Venus conjuncts Neptune right before, or Venus conjuncts it later on. I think it's Mercury that conjuncts Neptune first. Sorry about this. Let me just look. I need my glasses here. Where are they? Um, So anyway, yeah, lots of energy, but it can't go anywhere. It's actually very burnt out. You're gonna feel like, oh wow, I just need to lay down. It's kind of like when you get up too fast. You know what I mean? So, and that'll go away. With Mars moving away. See, I was looking at Venus and trying to see when. See, it's actually going to start conjuncting Neptune, which is so auspicious and beautiful around about the 29th. It's happening right there. Okay, so it's happening at the same time as the eclipse. Oh, what a spiritual time it is. God, thank you for this time, because that kind of keeps going for the next 6 months as a kind of a theme. And yeah, what a beautiful time. It's kind of happening now. It's a really good time for artists and people like this to do things. See, but with this energy, what I mean is highly spiritual people, scientists even, to start working their mediums of being able to express and show other people that there's something more than what meets the eye. See, but with that, now having said that, that kind of information, people are so afraid. They're afraid anyway. They're moving in ignorance. If it's ignorance that causes their fear, and it's increasing, that you'll see a lot more kind of, I don't want to say, well, it's like a pushing back. It's not really fighting or pushing back, though. It's more like just feeling the unknown upon people, which is very, very real right now because it's just uncertainty. A lot of people will not, people that are not spiritual, that don't know how to meditate, that don't know that this is the time to kind of give it some time, a little bit more. There's a whole population out there that is completely oblivious, and they keep running and running and running. And I don't know, this Mars, we're still in the pressure cooker with the Mars thing. And when by the time, see, we have a lot of healing to do, see, and we should be preparing for this flash of energy that is like definitely the reinstallment of our cellular system on a level of light that is happening definitely because Pluto is there kind of intensifying and regenerating Aquarius. It's lighting it up, it's jiggering it around, it's turning it into a purified energy. And then when it hits Mars, when Mars hits it in Leo, that's the heart. And so, and Mars is our physical bodies, and we just got done doing hopefully you got done doing your self-nurturing. We had 5 months of, see, now we have Virgo reminding us, the eclipse in Virgo, that one lunar eclipse is telling us and suggesting that to look into our daily rituals, our health routines, but really it's just they end up as being rituals that we do every day, at least one that you can do consciously. Now, fasting is a big one, and a lot of people don't know that that's actually a way that you can make a breakthrough in and of itself alone, because it takes you through suffering and it gets you through it into another state of handling emotions and stuff. I'm not saying to go completely batty with it. No. See, if you're lucky, God has you doing it already. There's a reason and you were chosen, and it's because you are going to be able to receive more. See, the body is an antenna, particularly the darn uh, skeleton. It's a massive, beautiful, and if you can think about it, like, the bone marrow and iron, and the whole body is an antenna, but when you start getting into that hard substance in there, that's the main thing that is conducting in a way. It's all working in unison. And so the idea is, I don't know, is just when you get thinner and thinner, you can hear the cosmos most more better. People, and it does. You're able to hear. You can feel your emotions and just work through it and start feeling pain and work through it. See, it is said that people that are gaining weight, first of all, they're not handling their emotions. They're pounding them down into their body and putting it in different places. They're also apt to try to transfer it with issues onto other people, and they're also trying to gain satisfaction through eating rather than having confronted or done certain kind of work emotionally, and even with satisfactory kind of beautiful things that we should be accomplishing within ourselves. They try to replace those experiences because it's complex to get to that point, that people aren't able to do it. There isn't any tools, there isn't any lessons or anything. People are actually denying it. The sex thing, for sure, it's ruined. And so then you're repressed, and then you're trying to get satisfaction from food, trying to fill that empty hole. Boy, if I did that, like try to replace sex with food, I would be 600 pounds. You have to get an even fucking, you know, it's all nourishment. I mean, food is, like Tesla said, you can get nourished by just watching a garden grow. And that's more than you'll need. By the time you get it to the table, it's only just a small part of it, right? And especially when you get to feed people with your stuff, and you notice how that it's just unlimited, the way that the garden is. I mean, it's caught in the cycle of circle. One seed, baby, if you can get that to grow right and it starts to seed, you have tons and millions there. So yeah, people need to learn to do that, and um, stop the monetary system from laughing at us all the time. Yeah, and also creating something that we don't need. All right, I gotta go. This is just a short message. Some messages are coming on that aren't up to date, but this is the most up to date video. I made this on 328, just to let you know that that energy is in the air, that is so beautiful, because it's like it's not a mind or anything, right? Because that Mercury is the mind, and it just went to 0 point, where it's like in between the entire zodiacal phase of switching over and allowing Pluto to click over. I mean, Neptune to click over. Babes, please find time to just kind of ignore other minds. Don't get into the drama too much. Kind of just go to blank. Go to blank and meditate, meditate. If you're not used to this, oh, then you're just not. You're gonna. Some people are probably feeling like something might be going on with them, that they feel uncertain and very overwhelmed with that uncertainty, maybe. And don't worry, people aren't falling off the face of the earth. Nobody, even if you break up completely, uh, try to have a good closure of your wounds and other people's wounds, and how you are maybe having to separate out. Just wish each other well, and don't carry on with the drama and the karma that is going to tap your energy. That's the thing about Aries, is that we have good energy, we're able to heal, and it's time to do that right now. And we do it especially, see, with when I mentioned Mercury going back into Pisces, it reminds me of, like, it's not going to try to communicate as much with the head. It's going to do the full on, like, fish tasting the whole environment and communicating with the whole body and the electrical magnetics. So enjoy your downloads. I hope you get them, and I hope that you have enough spiritual people around you who can bump you into this like 0 point time space dream plane and take advantage. Really, there is love in your life. You know, if there is, it's yours coming right back at you. But really, right? Right. And thank you very much. Have a nice day.